What's up, guys? It's Matt with Southern Diesel. I want to give you an overview on a 2018 Dodge Ram 3/4 ton truck. We just did 7 of these through our shop. They come to us completely stock, and then we do all the modifications in-house. So there's a little bit of a variety, but the trucks are all done the same. They're all 2018s. Mileage is going to range from in the 40s and 50s. So they're relatively new, relatively low mileage vehicles. They're still covered with a 5-year, 100,000 mile warranty through Ram for the powertrain. I'll just give you a rundown on what we did. So when they come in stock, they're kind of, they got some stuff left on the table that they could do. So they sit really nose heavy. That's one thing that we noticed, especially with a long wheelbase truck. As soon as we get them here and they roll off the semi, they're nose diving. So we put a 2.5-inch level kit in all of these to bring the front of the truck up to match the height of the rear. So we're still sitting probably about a 1/2 inch high in the rear end compared to the front. So when you're rolling down the road, you're basically completely level. With that, we were able to fit a 35-inch tire. So we got 35 1250s on these on a 20-inch Vision wheel. These are all 20x9 Vision alloys or a matte black finish. Minimal offset, just a little bit, not a lot coming outside of the fender, but just enough to kind of give it that 4-wheel drive truck look, so it doesn't look top heavy. But then again, you can rock side to side, no rub, everything clears fine. Tires that we chose to use on these were appropriate load capacity for the vehicle. So I know a lot of times when you see lifted trucks, we'll have 65 PSI cap tires. I know with the 35s, these markets have expanded quite a bit. So we're running tires on these that you can get up to 80 PSI, which is, we're still able to run the tire pressure sensors in these. You don't have a tire pressure light or anything, and you're still able to run that higher load capacity or higher PSI if you're towing or carrying any weight on the front. Now, another aspect of having it lift or having it level instead of putting a larger lift in the truck, we're not really taking away from the functionality of this. So this is only going to increase. You do have more ground clearance, which is 1. 2, we're running a wider tire, which will give you a little bit more flotation. And 3, we didn't raise the back of the truck up at all. So the back of the truck is only going to sit high enough or higher than factory, the difference between the factory tire and the 35 that we have here. So if you're hooking up to a 5th wheel, a gooseneck, a horse trailer, anything that would connect in the bed, we're talking 1.5 inch, 1.75 inch difference from factory top of the bed rail height to what these are sitting at now. Also on the front, being that we're 2.5 leveled, not necessarily massive lift, massive wheel and tire packages, we're not too tall for a plow. So you can still hang whatever plow is recommended for these from the factory. So if you're running 8.5 or 9.5, I know we're based out of New York for those of you guys that are watching where you don't get snow. We have to plow a lot up here. So we ship all of our trucks in from outside of the area just because of that. The salt eats them up, but either way, you can still run a snow plow on the front of these, or if you have any other front end accessories that are kind of heavy. You're still set up in the front without having to go to an aftermarket spring. And we do have heavier spring packages for these too. So if you're one of those guys that runs a 9.6 V plow with the wings on it, and you do a lot of parking lots and stuff, we do have a heavier load spring capacity that will handle that weight a lot better too. But these trucks are set up to still be functional. So or actually increase functionality from stock. So outside of the aesthetic upgrades, which would be the color match grille, the color match bumpers, both front and rear, we did put a logoed bed stripe down the side just to kind of break up the long bed a little bit. And then the wheels and tires. These are a mid-model tradesman package. And what that really breaks down to is that it's a work truck, but it has options. And what I mean by that is you have convenience options. You got power windows, power locks, all the standard stuff that you would see in a typical convenience option truck, but it's not real overdone. So, if you're the kind of person that does, anything where you're worried about tracking mud or whatever into your truck, these are rubber floor mat trucks, but then still offer the comfort of having the better bolstered seats, and then your power options and your, nicer dash options as well. These are electronic shift 4-wheel drives, so you don't have that lever on the floor that you got to bump into. They also are exhaust brake equipped, all of them, and trailer brake controller equipped, and backup camera equipped. These do also have the sensors in the rear bumper for backup. So they're kind of a mid-grade. We just did 7 of these. We will be getting some more in, but probably not a ton more. So I think we'll have 9 altogether. They're all 2018s. Mileage ranges from in the 40s to low 50s. And you'll be able to see these in great detail on our website at southerndieseltruck.com.